Welcome to Peak Analytics.
Today, we're embarking on an epic journey through the electrifying life and enduring legacy of Douglas McCarthy, the legendary frontman of the British electronic body music, EBM, pioneers Nitzer Ebb. Known for his commanding stage presence, raw vocal power, and unrelenting passion, Douglas redefined industrial music and influenced countless artists across genres. From his tragic passing and health battles to his marriages, family life, net worth, and a lifestyle that fused creativity, rebellion, and reinvention, we're diving deep into every facet of his story, his cause of death, age, wife, children, family dynamics, career milestones, and so much more. This is a tale of triumph, struggle, and an artist who lived life on his own terms, so grab a cozy drink, settle in for an immersive ride, and let's honor one of music's unsung heroes. This is going to be a long one, so let's get started. If you're as obsessed with music history as I am, please smash that like button, share this video with your fellow music nerds, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive like this. We've got plenty more iconic stories on the way. Douglas John McCarthy was born on September 1, 1966, in Barking, East London, England, and tragically passed away on June 11, 2025, at the age of 58. Raised in Chelmsford, Essex, the son of a sheet metal worker, Douglas grew up in a working-class household that instilled a gritty, no-nonsense ethos. His early years were shaped by the vibrant music scene of the late 1970s and early 1980s. As a teenager, he was drawn to disco and funk, sneaking into clubs like Goldmine on Canvey Island, where he soaked up the energy of dance floors. By his mid-teens, his musical tastes evolved to embrace punk's raw rebellion and the emerging electronic sounds of bands like Roxy Music, Brian Eno, Talking Heads, and Deutsche Amerikanische Freundschaft, DAV. He was particularly inspired by Fad Gadget's visceral performances and Nick Cave's theatrical intensity, influences that would define his own stage persona. At age 10, Douglas met future Nitzer Ebb drummer David Gooday while skateboarding in Chelmsford, and through Gooday, he connected with keyboardist Bon Harris, a schoolmate 1 year his senior. This trio, bonded by a shared love of music and rebellion, formed Nitzer Ebb in 1982 at just 15 years old, setting the stage for a groundbreaking career. Douglas's cause of death, while not explicitly detailed in official statements, is widely believed to be linked to complications from cirrhosis, a condition stemming from years of alcohol abuse. The official Nitzer Ebb account on X announced his passing on June 11, 2025, stating he died that morning, with a request for fans to respect his family's privacy. Posts on X, such as those from @DJ_Darkmode and @RockAxOfficial, echoed this sentiment, mourning the loss of a musical pioneer. In 2021, Douglas was hospitalized during Nitzer Ebb's US tour, forcing the band to pause performances, and in 2024, they announced he was stepping back due to health issues related to cirrhosis. This followed years of heavy drinking, a struggle he was open about in later interviews, particularly in a 2023 Revolver magazine feature where he discussed how alcohol had been both a creative catalyst and a personal demon. His death sent shockwaves through the industrial music community, with fans on X like @GoodwillSmith praising his peerless voice and presence, and @Lizzie Snowy lamenting that many in the UK overlooked his contributions despite his Essex roots. Douglas's career with Nitzer Ebb was nothing short of revolutionary. Formed in 1982, the band fused punk's aggression with electronic minimalism, creating the blueprint for EBM alongside acts like Front 242 and Rammstein. Signed to Mute Records in the UK and Geffen in the US, they released their debut album, That Total Age, 1987, featuring anthems like Murderous and Join in the Chant. Douglas's commanding baritone, often likened to Jim Morrison, and his frenetic stage energy, born from overcoming early stage fright, earned critical acclaim. A 1992 New York Times review of a Nitzer Ebb performance described Douglas as offering catharsis through his raw, unromanticized exploration of brutal, murderous impulses. Their follow-up albums, Belief 1989, and Showtime, 1990, solidified their cult status, with tracks like Lightning Man and Control I'm Here becoming club staples. The band's 1991 album Ebbhead experimented with broader production, while Big Hit, 1995, leaned into alternative rock before Nitzer Ebb disbanded that year. Post-Nitzer Ebb, Douglas's versatility shone through. He collaborated with Recoil, Alan Wilder's project, on tracks like Faith Healer, 1992, and Stalker, 1997, showcasing his ability to blend menace and melody. His work with Terence Fixmer as Fixmer McCarthy, starting in 2004, merged EBM with techno, producing albums like Between the Devil, 2004. He also formed DJM Rex with Cyrus Rex, opening for Depeche Mode in 2013 and Skinny Puppy in 2014. In 2012, Douglas released his solo album, Kill Your Friends, via Pylon Records, which the Quietus praised for taking his estuarine, sneering, threatening, seductive voice to new heights. He contributed vocals to projects by Die Krupps, KLOQ, Client, Adult, and Kenneth James Gibson's Reverse Commuter, proving his adaptability. With Bon Harris, Cyrus Rex, and others like Paul Barker of Ministry, he formed Blackline, a music collective pushing genre boundaries. Nitzer Ebb reformed in 2006, releasing Industrial Complex, 2010, and touring extensively until Douglas's health forced a pause in 2024. Douglas's personal life was marked by 3 marriages and a private family dynamic. His first marriage in the late 1980s ended before he met Carrie Martin backstage at St. Andrews Hall, Detroit, in 1989 during a Nitzer Ebb tour. They married, and Douglas relocated to Grosse Pointe, Michigan, in the mid-1990s, immersing himself in the Detroit techno scene, which influenced his later work with Fixmer. This marriage ended in divorce, and he later married filmmaker Hazel Hill McCarthy III, with whom he lived in Los Angeles until his passing. Hazel, a creative partner, was mentioned in Nitzer Ebb's statement as needing privacy during this time, underscoring their close bond. No children are documented in available sources, suggesting Douglas did not have any, a choice that may have allowed him to focus on his demanding career. His family included his parents in Essex, though he rarely spoke of them, preferring to keep personal matters out of the public eye. In a 2018 Pop Matters interview, he described his Essex roots as a source of grounding amidst his global travels. His net worth at the time of his passing is estimated at $5-10 million, based on sources like wikispro.com, though claims of earnings from unrelated ventures like Yeezy sneakers are likely inaccurate. His wealth derived from Nitzer Ebb's album sales, which saw significant success in Europe and the US, and extensive touring, including high-profile support slots for Depeche Mode in 1990. His collaborations, solo album, and brief stint in advertising and design during the late 1990s, after studying in Cambridge, England, contributed to his finances. Real estate, including a Los Angeles home shared with Hazel, also factored in, though exact details remain private. His financial success was notable for an artist in a niche genre, reflecting his enduring appeal and work ethic. Douglas's lifestyle was a vibrant tapestry of music, art, and personal evolution. After moving to the US in 1995, he lived in Los Angeles, Grosse Pointe, and later Cambridge, England, where he studied design and film, briefly working in advertising before returning to music. His Los Angeles home with Hazel was a creative haven, filled with vinyl records, art, and film equipment, reflecting their shared passions. A collector of obscure electronic and punk records, Douglas drew inspiration from diverse genres, from funk to post-punk. His performances were physically intense, with fans on X like at Goodwill-Smith recalling Nitzer Ebb tearing the roof off at a recent show. However, his struggle with alcohol was a persistent challenge, contributing to his cirrhosis diagnosis. In a 2023 Revolver interview, he spoke candidly about how drinking fueled his early creativity but later took more than it gave, leading to hospitalizations in 2021 and 2024. Despite this, he remained committed to his art, performing as recently as 2023 and planning new Blackline projects before his health declined. Controversies around Douglas were limited but notable. His health-related tour cancellations in 2021 and 2024 frustrated some fans, with ex-posts like at Sideline Mag noting the band's abrupt announcements. His 2024 decision to step back from Nitzer Ebb due to cirrhosis sparked discussions on X about addiction in the music industry, with fans like at Post-Punk Zine expressing sympathy while others debated the impact on the band's legacy. His hiatus from music in the late 1990s to pursue design surprised fans, but his triumphant return with Nitzer Ebb's 2006 Reformation silenced doubters. Some critics, like those in a 1995 Rolling Stone review, argued Nitzer Ebb's later albums lost the raw edge of their early work, but Douglas defended their evolution, telling Pop Matters in 2018, "We never wanted to be a nostalgia act." His openness about his struggles and artistic risks earned him respect, even amidst debate. Douglas's legacy in music is monumental. As a pioneer of EBM, he influenced a generation of artists, from Rammstein, who cited Nitzer Ebb as a key inspiration, to techno producers like Richie Hawtin. His work with Depeche Mode, both as a tour opener in 1990 and through collaborations with Alan Wilder, cemented his status in the electronic music pantheon. Fans on X, like at DJ Dark Mode, credit Nitzer Ebb with shaping techno's industrial edge, while at Mahasaruado hailed Douglas's visceral performances. His ability to blend aggression with emotional depth set him apart, with tracks like Join in the Chant becoming anthems for disenfranchised youth. Beyond music, his advocacy for mental health and addiction awareness in his final years, shared through Instagram live sessions, resonated with fans. Tributes on X, from at Consequence to at Jacarud, underscore his impact, with calls for a memorial concert gaining traction, though nothing is confirmed. His music remains available on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and Mute Records archives, ensuring his voice endures. Douglas's influence extended beyond EBM. His collaborations with McCarthy introduced EBM to techno audiences, while Blackline pushed experimental boundaries, blending industrial, electronic, and rock elements. His solo work, particularly Kill Your Friends, revealed a softer, introspective side, with tracks like Hey, showcasing vulnerability rarely seen in his Nitzer Ebb output. His fashion sense, leather jackets, shaved head, and minimalist black attire, became iconic in the industrial scene, influencing subcultures from goth to rave. Fans on X, like at 90s Industrial Fan, recall his TRL-era appearances as a rare mainstream glimpse of EBM, while at Essex Musiclad praised his local hero status in Chelmsford. His commitment to authenticity, refusing to chase commercial trends, made him a cult figure, even if mainstream fame eluded him. Reflecting on Douglas's life, it's clear he was more than a musician, he was a force of nature. His battles with addiction and health challenges humanized him, while his relentless creativity elevated him. In a 2020 Alternative Press interview, he said, "Music saved me, but it also broke me. I wouldn't have it any other way." His story resonates with anyone who's fought to stay true to themselves in a world that demands conformity. As at Adam Larisp noted on X, his passing, alongside other music icons in 2025, feels like the end of an era, yet his influence lives on in every pulsing beat of EBM. That's the full, unfiltered story of Douglas McCarthy. What's your favorite Nitzer Ebb moment, or how did Douglas's music shape your life? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Want another deep dive into an industrial music legend? Let me know who's next. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell for more epic music stories. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you next time.